On this channel, I have now shown you all the basic trading methods to get things going in FIFA 22 Ultimate Team. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a trading method that will take you from around 250k all the way up to that first 1 billion coins and potentially even beyond. We of course are looking at trading with icons. But before I do get into the method and show you how to trade with icons, if you want to skip all of this just by buying coins, then there is no better place than Mule Factory. Head over there to get yourself some cheap and fast FIFA 22 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic 5 at checkout, you will also get yourself a 5% discount. Link to Mule Factory can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, trading with icons is not easy. It's unlikely for you to search up an icon and for them to be listed on the market way below the rest, where you can easily make 50k to 100k in just seconds. This can sometimes happen if you're in the right place at the right time and get extremely lucky. But the main part with trading with icons is that you need to be patient. You need to stick with the method for a good amount of time before you come across any deals. It's not like some of the other trading methods I've shared here on this channel where you spend 5 minutes in total and you can make a few thousand. This is where you get into proper trading. You need to spend 30 minutes plus trying to find just one deal. And sometimes that deal will be amazing, whereas other times, and most of the time, it'll only give you about 5,000 coins in total. But it's just about sticking with the process. I have two main ways in which I've been trading with icons, and both of them are extremely easy. But before you actually use this, I recommend pulling up your phone, tablet, laptop, PC, whatever it is you have nearby. Use it to look up Futbin. Futbin will give you near enough accurate prices for each icon that you search up. Now we will still be checking the market to double check the price, but the good thing with Futbin that you can't do on the FIFA 22 market is that you can see the previous prices. With icons, they'll massively fluctuate depending on the time of day. And typically, if you're going to be trading early morning, there's going to be fewer on the market. And you may stumble across something which you think is potentially a great deal. But once you actually look on Futbin, you can see the average price over the past couple of days and you'll see that it's a lot lower. There's been many times where I've been tricked by this and I've actually bought into a player which I thought was a good deal, but it was actually an incredibly bad deal. By the time the evening rolled round, there was a lot more of those players listed on the market and I had to undercut massively for me to be able to sell them on. So you will be using the FIFA 22 transfer market to actually look at a player's price currently, but you'll also look at Futbin to see the past couple of hours and also the past couple of days for the average. So the first way and the simplest way is just to look on a bid. All you need to do for this is go to the transfer market, select icon within your quality, and you can also put a maximum bid depending on how many coins you have. If you have more than 1 million, then there's probably no need for you to do this. But if you are limited to say 250k, then it's recommended to put that in your maximum bid amount. Then it's just about going through the transfer market. What I like to do is actually go across quite a few pages until I get to around the 10-minute mark. And I'll just go across each player and look for those with bids on. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll have an understanding that if there's a bid on a player, it's a good indication that that bid is a lot lower compared to the lowest buy now. So you don't actually need to go across every individual player to check their price. You can just go across and add the ones with bids on. And the reason that I go all the way to the 10-minute mark and start doing this and not do this on page 1 is because it gives me some time. It gives me time to add loads of different players to my watch list rather than just adding the one, quickly searching their price, realizing that it's a good or bad deal, bidding or removing it, and then move on to the next player. This way I can have multiple trades all working at the exact same time because I've given myself a 10-minute time for me to actually add loads of players. And then it's just about waiting until it gets down to the last 30 seconds to 1 minute where you'll place a bid. As we're dealing with icons now and there's a lot more demand for these players, it's likely that you're going to be outbidded, but this is perfectly fine. There's loads of different bidding techniques that you can have. You can have the option to bid immediately to show that you're determined to get this player, or you can do what I do, which is wait until it gets down to the last 5 seconds and then place a bid. I really like wasting other people's time because I know I have all the time in the world, and this always seems to work well for me. whatever bidding technique you have, it's still unlikely for you to win loads of deals. If you was to bid on 10, you're probably only going to get 1 or 2, which doesn't sound too good, but we're talking about these being icons where you're putting up hundreds of thousands every single time. And you can get some deals where you're able to make 10k, 20k, 30k, 40k and beyond if you're at the right place at the right time and looking at the right player. It does come down to a bit of luck, but this also links back to what I was saying at the beginning. You need patience when trading with icons. You just need to stick to the process even when it's not going too well for you, because it's just around the corner where you could potentially find an insane deal. And normally when I spend a few hours trying to go through this trading method, normally I do get something that goes for some value. If you don't want to be bidding on these icons, then the next best thing that you can do is go to the 59th minute and look for some buy nows. Yet again, you're going to need some patience with this, and there's a few things that will irritate you just because of how the FIFA 22 market is. Firstly, it can take a bit of time for you to actually get to the 59th minute. It's normally about 100 to about 120 pages, and this does depend on what platform you're on. If you're on PlayStation, it might be considerably more. And as you do have a goal to actually get to the 59th minute, it's tempted to press the right button to actually skip the pages rather than just holding right and going across player by player. But if you do this too quickly, there is a very good chance that EA will kick you from Ultimate Team and you need to go through a verification process. This is the exact same thing as what will happen if you try to snipe on FIFA. You're taking actions way too quickly that you need to prove that you're actually human. So even though you can get to the 59th minute slightly quicker, there's also a chance that if you went that route, unfortunately you're going to be kicked from Ultimate Team where you'll need to go through this whole process again. So I normally go across like 10 pages, wait a couple seconds and go across another 10 pages, and it normally takes me about 3 or 4 minutes. Once you've actually put the time in to get to the 59th minute, you are now seeing players that have literally only just been listed, and you can look at their price, quickly type their name into Footbin, see whether or not it's a good deal. You can also compare that player's price and then make a decision whether or not you're going to buy that player. You'll see within the footage that I recorded, I actually did a blend of both of these trading methods. Initially, I set up the bid and trading method by going to the 10 or 15th minute and adding every player that already had a bid on, and then skipped all the way to the 59th minute to look at potentially good buy now deals. And as I was doing that, the timer was slowly ticking down for those that added to the watch list earlier, and then I would just press Y or triangle depending on what platform you're on to go all the way back to my watch list and bid on players if I felt like there was room to make a bit of profit. And this is why I like using both of these trading methods for icons, because I can use both at the exact same time. In my eyes, this is just doubling my chances. I will say if you was to do this, sometimes there is a bug with the market and it will show no results after you go to your watch list, compare the player's price, and then go back to the 59th minute. It'll tell you that there's no results and then it will send you back a page, only for you to still find no results and send you back a page again. This will keep on happening until you spam it, and eventually will send you all the way back to the main menu, where you'll need to go through this whole process again to get to the 59th minute if you do want to carry on with this method. This is another reason why it's good to have Footbin. If you have Footbin open, you don't need to go back to your watch list to then compare the player's price and only to realize that it's no longer a good deal. You can just type the player's name into Footbin, see their rough ballpark for their price, and then make a decision whether or not you want to compare from there. It actually makes sense for you to actually hit this bug because potentially you've managed to get yourself a very good deal. With both of these methods, there are times when I've just settled to make a few thousand coins per trade, and yes, that's not a good idea. Because I have managed to build up a fairly good coin balance, I'm happy to put up 100 200k just to make 5,000 coins. I'm really not too bothered about that. But when I'm putting up 300,000 coins plus, that is when I look to make a lot more coins per trade, being 10k, 20k, 30k and beyond. And I recommend you do a similar thing. I've also noticed whilst going through this method that the best time to do this is round about 6 PM UK time. That is when there is the most trades on the transfer market, and this is when there is the most icons listed. This will be for bids and also buy nows, and you can get a lot more in both of these methods. It also works out extremely well if you buy these icons and list them slightly higher than their lowest buy now, but list them 12 hours overnight. So many people forget to do this with all types of listed players, that there's a lot fewer by the time it gets to early morning, and even though yours is slightly higher than what it was the night before, you're actually still the lowest on the market, lowest by a considerable amount. But if anyone actually wants that player, they're obviously going to be buying yours. This is something that I always do with icons. If you trade in the morning, this is where the problem lies, because sometimes you'll be buying into already a player that's got a higher than average price, and by the time you get to the afternoon, unfortunately their price has gone down because more players have remembered to list it as they come back from work, or they come back from school, come back from college, whatever it is they're doing. They come back, they list their players, and unfortunately they're now down to the average when you bought it above average. This is why it's so good for you to actually use Footbin, because you can see the previous trades that were made. And even when you are looking on the FIFA 22 market and the player is way below the second lowest player that's listed, you can still make a decision by comparing the current price to what they've been selling for over the last couple of hours or the last couple of weeks. It's just a much better informed decision. But anyway guys, this is how I've been trading with icons over the past week. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.